It takes up to 2,163 hours to obtain 5,000 elite caskets from scratch, and I want those 5,000 caskets before the end of 2025. It is the month of May, and I'm shy of 1,300 elite caskets, which is so little. To make matters worse, look at the leaderboards. Only the top 5 have completed over 5,000 elite clues. Why? Because elite clues are so scarce to get and require a huge time investment. This grind goes beyond just having time. It's a literal mind game that will test my discipline and creativity, and I will achieve this goal. And when I do, I will make the best Clue Scroll opening video ever. It's been a while since the last video, so I'm gonna give a quick recap as everything is related to the clue grind. On episode 24, I AFK'd Firewatches for passive money, and as a result, one of my alt accounts got permabanned. Because of that, I decided to not risk doing Firewatches anymore, which really sucked because that money was going to be used to do skilling on my alt accounts. I also started on Venenatis and 1+5 Sarachnis, which was my original plan for grinding out elite clues. Okay, that's all for the recap. So I was doing some thinking on how I want to continue with the clue grind, and I decided on a few things. First, I decided to stop doing Venenatis and 1+5 Sarachnis. When I really thought about it, I was losing more time than anything by doing those methods. Anyways, I originally did Venenatis and 1+5 Sarachnis because I really dread doing the second fastest method for elite clues. But I finally decided to get over it and just do it. That method in question is Burning Shades. Burning Shades can net you up to 2.7 elites an hour when done efficiently. The way you get elite clues from Shades is that you go to Morton and cremate a Urium Shade, and as a result, you'll receive either a gold key or coins, but the key is what you want. These keys are used to loot chests in the Shade Catacombs just north of Morton, and all the way south of the dungeon is the gold chest, which contains a chance to get an elite clue at a rate of 1 in 132. So, why do I dread doing Shades? Take a look at my mouse. This method is called 7-tick looting, which involves tick manipulation and using every tick efficiently, and you have to do this for many hours just to receive a lot of keys. I am not a fan of tick manipulation, nor am I good at it, which is the issue for me. Remember, max efficiency gives you 2.7 elites, which is little in the grand scheme of things, so unless I want to spend a super long time to reach 5,000 elite clues, it would be in my best interest to do tick manipulation. So I will be keeping track of how much Urium Shades and Redwood Pyrologs I buy for this whole clue grind. So far I've bought 11,000 Pyrologs for 31 mil, and when all the Uriums buy, it'll be for 36 mil. So it will be a bit pricey, which is why I want to keep track of everything, out of curiosity's sakes. I'll also be keeping track of Morton teleports as well. Lastly, I'll be keeping track of how much fire making and prayer XP I gain along the way to show how long I was at Shades. With the Mauritania Elite Diary complete, you get 750 fire making XP and 181 prayer XP. So it's not amazing XP per hour, but you'd be surprised how much XP you can gain when doing this for a long time. After a few days of burning 10,000 shades, I got myself 7,975 keys, so I'm gonna loot some chests. So for looting chests, I believe the most efficient way to do this is just 13 of 2 key colors and do a group of 4 chests that are adjacent. I tried looking up info, but there's like nothing out there for looting chests efficiently, so I'm just guessing everything. So I got a clue from this trip, but now that my keys are used, I just go to the bank, grab a new set of keys, and repeat. So it's a very simple process. Why does it say 2 on the loot tracker, even though I only looted 1 clue so far? Oh boy, please don't tell me it's some bug. So while Shades is not difficult content by any means, I have been running into small mishaps that are eating up some time. The first is Crimson keys. At first, I didn't realize how many Crimson keys you get over the other colors, and looting only 1 color chest per trip instead of 2 colors is roughly a 9-second time loss, which is the issue of having too many Crimson keys. The other issue is a gear setup, because as more Zealots spawn, you actually get shredded over time. I don't really have solutions right now, but it is something I'll have to think about. Also, every once in a while, the loot tracker seems to double and sometimes even triple count the clues I get from chests for some reason. Take a look at this clip. On the right of the loot tracker, notice how I've looted 61 elites from the crimson chest and 51 elites from the red chest so far. Then, right when I receive 1 elite from the red chest, the loot tracker updates the red chest loot to 52 elite clues, which is fine. But the loot tracker also updated the crimson loot to account for 62 clues, even though I didn't get a clue from there. That was kinda annoying because now that means that I personally have to keep track of how many elites I received during this grind because of this weird dupe glitch, which means it's also eating up my time too. But regardless, I'm gonna have to come up with solutions to these problems if I want to save time. So I'm gonna stop looting chests now. It's getting a little late and the new boss, Yama, is coming out tomorrow, which I want to do. But right now, I have 41 clues in total. So far I used 5,502 keys and divide that by 132, which is the drop rate for an elite clue. That equals 41. So I am on rate for elite clues so far, thankfully. But yeah, I'm gonna solve these clues before I sleep so that way I'll be set to take on the new boss. Today is finally the day. The new boss, Yama, is now in the game. Oh, I'm so excited to try it out. Alright, let's begin. Alright, we're entering Yama's domain. Oh my god, this is so amazing. I just unlocked all the music tracks again. This is very important because I was stuck on the fallow step and couldn't use the music cape teleport. Okay, jokes aside, I want to finish these master clues before I do Yama, which gives me a chance to watch people's streams, so that way I could get an idea of how to do the boss, which will help me out a bit. Clues are finished, so now I'm actually going to take on the boss, and I think I have an idea on how to kill the boss. Yeah, that went way worse than I imagined. Well, I got to phase 2, but that was pretty bad. So as you saw from those clips, that's how my first few attempts at Yama went. Even though I watched streams and it was day 1 of Yama, I clearly didn't know how to do anything right. There was so much going on that I was overwhelmed. And I have a habit of going completely brain dead when too much is happening, so I was literally learning nothing. The first kill, 6.5 minutes for 40 rupees. So I'm starting to understand the mechanics, but I still feel overwhelmed. So once I stop feeling like that, I should be able to actually do the mechanics correctly. But I'll get there, I just gotta keep going at it. So I kept on trying and I was slowly getting comfortable with everything. The biggest issue I was having now was phase 3. The Shadow Crash special and the Shadow Waves was rough. So what I ended up doing was frantically running around the room to deal with it, which is not a good strategy, believe it or not. Oh god, just barely made it by. Alright, Law Runes. Even though this is only my 3rd kill, I'm debating how long I want to do this boss because I do want to get back to the clue grind, but with new late game PVM content, I usually like to camp it for a little because the money tends to be good, so I'm not too sure yet. Amazing, best loot ever. So I'm at 10 KC now and I've been using the mage setup, which is helping me feel less overwhelmed, so I'm actually learning and making progress, which is great. Alright, got our first collection log here, which is the Chasm Teleport. It's probably decent money, so I'm gonna sell it now. Ooh, sub 6, 548, pretty good. Ooh, Soul Flame Horn, sweet, awesome. Oh, my first rare unique, that's actually exciting. It's definitely something I'm gonna be selling immediately. If I remember correctly, this is mainly used for group content, but do I look like I have friends? Who's in here? It's just Yama and the Thrall. Yeah, I don't have any friends, so time to sell it. So I sold my chasm teleports for 246k and 47 mil for the soul flame horn. Can't believe I made that. 1 hit point. Am I rewarded? Yes, I'm rewarded. Collection log. Awesome. Can't believe that worked out. Barrel of demonic tallow. I have no idea what this is used for, but regardless, I'm glad to have gotten something. Collection log. Dowsier. What is this? Isn't it for the contracts? Right of vial transference. Now what is this? What are these things? You can make out some faded words on the ancient parchment. It appears to be a demonic learning on spell efficiency. Did you say efficiency? I'm all about efficiency. Oh my god. I think I'm in love. You study the scroll and upgrade an OSRS spell, Death Charge. Oh, hell yeah. Oh my god, that's awesome. Alright, let's go take a look at my log. Right now I'm at 28 Yama kills, and I'm halfway done with the log. Pretty much just getting the easy shit. No oath plate pieces yet, but I'm finally getting good at the boss, which I'm happy about, so let's continue with the grind, and I hope I get a lot of money in the long run. Oath plate shards. That's it. Where is it? Well, it's not on the collection log, even though I just got the pop-up, so I guess Jagex forgot to add it on there. Alright, cool. New collection log, Forgotten Lockbox at 104 kills, so now it's just the rare stuff, which is the pet and oath plate armor. Let's open this up and see what I get. Dragon bolts. Nice, my second soul flame horn. How much is this worth? Because it's definitely not 11 mil. Actually, you know what? I'll keep it. I think it'll be useful for my alt account if anything, whenever I can make use of it. Alright, we are at 150 kills at Yama, and it's time for me to stop being a little bitch and learn how to do Donofly. I usually don't like doing high risk stuff, so like in this case, the idea of spending 5+ minutes just to die bothers me, as it's such a big time waste. I'm usually not the best at this kind of thing. My accuracy to click on the right tile isn't good when I'm moving, so I'll need to work on that. So you know you did Donofly right when you don't get hit by a single mechanic from Yama in P3. But that was not the case for me. You have to be tick perfect when doing Donofly, because if you're a tick too early or too late, that completely messes up the cycle. And let me remind you, I am not good at doing tick perfect stuff. That was almost a perfect Donofly run. I forgot how to do the square pathing when I got there, but everything felt good otherwise. But dude, I am so bad at this. Ooh, new personal best, 422. But man, I got hit by the flame wall at the very end, so I'm not gonna count that as a perfect Donofly. But man, it's really satisfying when you do it right. That's right, it's even more satisfying than sex. Okay, whatever, shut up. Good joke. Perfect. That was a perfect run. Oh, that felt good. Man, it took me 42 attempts to do a perfect Donalfly run. Surely the average person perfected it faster than me, right? I just don't know what it is with Tick Perfect that I can't seem to grasp, but it should get better from here at least. Yes, finally, my first piece. I'm picking that up. Finally got an Oath Plate piece at 240 kills, which is the legs. Now I can finally use it because I cannot afford it right now because I'm broke. Yeah, look at those red legs. That is some fashion. Alright, so that is some progress. 8 out of 11, 240 kills. Hopefully I can get the chest next because that's the one I really want. But let's continue the grind. Alright, I gotta admit, it's really hard to not do Yama because it is fun. But one of the reasons why I wanted to do Yama was for the money. But I don't think it's that great or not as good as I would want it to be. But otherwise, me hoping that Yama would drop elite clues at a good rate was the other reason for doing the boss. But it's not even dropping any right now, so it's kind of a waste of time. So for now, I am back here at the Clogger Retirement Center, also known as Shades. Also, what is up with these bots? Why are they burning shades? Because there is no way they're making that much money doing this. Or unless the bots are going into retirement soon, I don't know. So I changed my mind and I decided to sell the Oath Plate legs. I really have no idea what the price will stabilize to, so I'm just gonna take profit. I'm not losing much DPS without these anyways, and I really need the money, so 162 mil for me. The new updates for Yama is out, and elite clues are on the drop table for a rate of 1 in 66, so it's even worse than I thought it would be, but I'm still gonna go back anyways. So kills at Yama take a while. Obviously this is a dual boss and meant to be killed as such, but I usually don't do group content, but honestly, it would be in my best interest to do it, so I'm gonna actually do it. I'm not antisocial. I'm not afraid of talking to other people. It's so easy. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna talk to someone to be my partner.
I wanna do it! You can't make me! Look at the time! It's song time, baby! I really do love being efficient for group content! Fuck that shit! Conversation skills, non-existent, son. Social anxiety, all day long.
Dude, get out of your comfort zone.
Nah, no thanks. I'd rather be alone.
Run away from my problems, because I am so damn tough. Making those two Muspa's. Thanks on the two, you're the shit.
I didn't need to make this song. It has gone on for so long. At least these rhymes are so sick. I have a really small dick.
Alright, I'm here with my friend, my alt account, Tuna. So, I'm gonna try something and I don't know how viable it is, but pretty much, I'm gonna horn spec my main account, so that way, I land a guaranteed Eldermaul spec. Then the alt account chills there while my main account does all the mechanics, so more DPS being inflicted means the kills should be faster. So I'll cut to the chase. Trying to dolo Yama was just trolling myself. It's not even worth getting into detail because I didn't do this for long, but if anything, it was way more effort than it was worth, and all for 11 kills an hour, which is literally 1 kill faster than doing it solo. So I quickly scrapped the idea. That passive collection log, KBD heads, while doing the elite clue steps since I'm stacking up keys right now. Love to see it. I'm hoping I can green log KBD just by passively doing the elite clue step, which is possible. I got a lot more opportunities to do this clue step since I'm stacking up a shit ton of elite caskets, so we'll see if that ends up happening. Okay, so I was originally not gonna do anything related to Yama contracts until I finish my elite clue grind, but apparently there's some cheese method you can do with the glyphic attenuation contract, so I'm gonna take advantage of it because they're definitely gonna patch it. This method involves just ranging the boss the whole time instead of using melee, since Yama is only weak to crush on this contract. I'm here to impress in some categories, and I'll be honest, this is not one of them, so no shame. Thanks to the increased damage the higher your prayer bonus is, we can use this to our advantage by utilizing Enchanted Ruby Bolts. When the special attack for Enchanted Ruby Bolts activates, you deal damage up to 20% of your enemy's current health, up to a maximum of 100 hit points. But with this challenge and using Enchanted Ruby Bolts, you can deal a max hit of 218 hit points. So, the strategy is just to rely on this max hit, which makes things so much easier compared to doing it the intended way, especially in P3. Oh, whoops. I wasn't even using the contract this whole time. Oh my god, what a big waste of my time. Oh no, I forgot about my clue. I need to juggle that. Oh god, finally yes. Got some combat achievements. I really need to juggle my clues, but I'll pick up my purifying ass cheek, whatever it's called, that's not even funny. I need to juggle. Oh. So, I got 3 of the combat achievements because I haven't touched Yama since the combat achievements came out. So these 2 are KC related, and this one is for completing any of the contracts. I'm glad I did this contract because it's definitely gonna get patched. So as I was taking a look at my video backlog as I'm editing this part, I realized that I never mentioned anywhere that I stopped doing Yama. I don't know why I never mentioned it, so I'm gonna do it now. From this point, yeah, there's no more Yama clips, and I'm highly sure the reason is because, you know, the Elite Clue grind. I wanted to be tapped in on that. So that's the end of Yama. This grind goes beyond just having time. It's a literal mind game that will test my discipline and creativity. So when I said that, you were probably wondering, what kind of drugs are you on when I said that exaggeration on the intro? None, because the reason is actually true. As of right now, it is June 1st and I have 1,736 caskets. I need 3,264 caskets to reach 5,000. Let's do quick math. I have 6 months to reach my goal. There's 4,380 hours in 6 months. If I play 8 hours a day, I can reach my 5,000 casket goal in 176.5 days. By the way, there's 182.5 days in 6 months, which leaves me with 6 days of free time if I seriously commit to playing 8 hours a day, which is cutting it very close. But let's be real, playing efficiently, 100% tapped in for 8 hours a day for the next 6 months is not realistic. So it is not going to work out like that, so I need to think what I can do to make it work. I strategically avoided saying the fastest Elite Clue method for so long. It is now time to reveal what it is. The fastest Elite Clue method is 10-man Kalisto. When wearing an imbued Ring of Wealth, the drop rate for Elite Clues goes from 1 to 100 to 1 in 50, and an efficient 10-man Kalisto group can net you up to 3.33 elites an hour, which surpasses Shades. So, why 10-man over 11 plus people? Only the top 10 MVPs get loot when Kalisto is killed, so having more people will hurt your Elite Clue rates. The only issue with Kalisto is that it is in the wilderness. PKers will affect your trips dramatically depending on luck, and that will eat up a lot of time if unlucky. And if you haven't figured it out by now, time is crucial in making this goal achievable. Finding a group of 9 other people presents a challenge too. I want to test my odds and try it out because Shades is not fun, so getting a break whenever I can will be great. This grind will either make or break this goal. Today is June 2nd, 2025, and right now I'm about 31,000 kills, and obviously I greenlocked Kalisto a long time ago already, and ooh, Elite Clue, sexy. Anyways, the main thing I want to go over since it's June is the loot tracker. Right now, I made about 1.3 bill off of 31k kills, got 20 Void Waker hilts, and of course the most important thing you can ignore that. That's challenge scrolls which get counted for some reason. I have obtained 671 clues so far, so definitely pretty good elite clue rates, but that is all to share so far. Alright, so after a lot of thinking, today is June 4th, 2025, and while the customer support thing in the fall will occur eventually, I'm trying to plan for the future for the worst case scenario, which is my alt account, PNM, not getting unbanned. So I'm gonna try getting this account to 2200 total level. It might be a waste of time. I don't know how long it will take me to get to 2200, especially since I'm so far behind at 1684 total level. For now, I'm just gonna do the more casual and AFK routes to train skills so the time commitment isn't too heavy in case PNM gets unbanned. So we'll see how things go. So me doing the casual route for training the alt account didn't last long. I decided to work hard on training the alt account whenever possible, and one of the best ways was during Kalisto. Kalisto is not a heavy focus boss by any means, so while my main account is killing Kalisto, I did more focus heavy skilling on the alt when possible. Since I have a lot of skills to train, I wanted some fast gains, so I started off with cooking. I would click on Kalisto when he spawns on the main account and one tick cook Quran bonds, which gave me about 500k cooking XP an hour. Or if I wanted something more reclined, I would scout as a PK account and train fletching. The goal was to use the time as effectively as possible, so do know that a lot of the things that I do on the alt account are most likely happening during Kalisto. While we're talking about time, since it's so cutthroat on whether I'll reach my goal or not, I decided that some sacrifices need to be made. I value my sleep a lot, but with Kalisto being such a good elite clue method, I needed to take up on those opportunities whenever I could find a team. You can't obtain your goals fast if you don't put in the time, so from now on, I will sacrifice my sleep when I can to achieve my goal faster. And to prove it, I installed a plugin that displays my current time, so from here on out, you can look at the time to get an idea on the commitment I'm putting into these grinds. So long as I remember to turn on the plugin at least. It's June 17th, almost 7 AM for me, about to get nerd logged, almost been 6 hours. But we're staying up, at least for another hour if anything, so this is gonna be a 7-hour Kalisto session. Surprisingly, I've been awake enough, but yeah, sacrifices you have to make for the elite clues. 20 elites so far for today. Oh, so sad. I almost hit my first 1000 kill session. Got 964, but we had to end because we got hit by a clan. Otherwise, pretty good. Got 22 elite clues, which was nice, all within a 6.5 hour session. Alright, today is June 17th, 2025, and we have reached a new milestone. We have acquired 2,000 elite caskets. I can probably acquire another 1,000 within a month or two, maybe a month and a half, I don't know exactly, but that is the goal for now. We are slowly making some progress. Right now I'm at 1731 total level, and I have some chores I need to do. So first of all, I want to do some more farm runs, or farm runs in general for that matter, and right now I'm only level 45, and if I want to do farm runs, that means I should complete Song of the Elves at most, so I can use the trees over there at Prifdinus and Letia. But I have a few prerequisites I need to get before I can do that. Otherwise, for starters, I need to complete Children of the Sun, so I have access to Volamore, then complete a Riveting Tale, so I can use the hardwood tree patch over there, so that's my first goal. A Riveting Tale completed, so now I can use the hardwood patch over there. Man, this is the best I've ever gotten in one session. 26 elite clues in almost 6 hours. A really good session. I love to see it. I forgot DriftNet is a thing, so I'm doing that while doing Kalisto. DriftNet trains both fishing and hunter at the same time, so it's pretty efficient to do, especially considering lower level hunter training sucks. So I made a little notepad on skilling methods and a general route to go for, but as I was doing this list, I was thinking, I still have quests to do on my account. Like, right now, I have 129 out of 170 quests completed, so I have a lot that I can do. So I decided I'm better off doing these quests, since these quests can give pretty good experience. I don't think I'll do all of them, most likely just some of them. Another thing is also diaries. I need to figure out which ones are worth doing, but these XP lamps I get from them will help out a lot. I believe the best route will be following the optimal quest guide. It's a very useful page that makes it so you have to spend as little time scaling your account as possible, so I will be following this guide pretty strictly. With a new goal set, I parked my main account as Arachnus for passive elite clues and dedicated a whole day of questing, and I managed to complete a lot of quests and a few diaries. Alright, I just finished my longest session ever, did 9 hours straight of Kalisto. I kept feeling the urge to pass out, but I got 1,356 kills, 52 mil, and 30 elite clues, so it was worth it in the end, even though it was a very long session. I finished more quests when I got up and got to the Theater of Blood quest with the worst gears setup. I also have almost no top experience because it's group content, which I am a fan of, in case you forgot. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I brought blighted ancient ice axe, which can only be used in the wilderness. I think I can manage without it though. Yeah, this wouldn't have been possible if more than one Nilo spawned, so I'm glad I didn't need to barrage technically. Okay, I have no mage spells at all, so Nilos may be where the run ends. But I'm hoping quest mode will be easy enough that I can get through without it. Okay, we are at 16% pillar health, so I'm actually glad this run wasn't a complete waste of time. It should be possible now. Yeah, I didn't think this is gonna work. I forgot I need a poison weapon for the purple Nilo, otherwise Verzik is just gonna get healed constantly. Okay, the Nilo doesn't heal Verzik that high, so what I'm gonna try doing instead is out DPSing Verzik, which should work. I can't believe that worked. Okay, P3 should be easy, even though I have no food whatsoever. God, that was awful. No, please tell me that counts. Did it count? Does it count? Got a combat achievement. Oh god, biggest cock tease in the world. Alright, we did it, first try. There's no way that should have worked out like that with how many mistakes I did. But I'll take it. Alright, night at theater completed. So I can use these antique lamps, and I think I'm going to use it on range. Range training is more expensive, I believe, so it's probably the best decision. Alright, 80,000 range XP, and then once again, night at the theater completed. So I'm almost done with questing. Troll romance complete. Quest so cute I got a boner. Song of the Elves complete. Alright, we got the big one out of the way. We got a lot of experience, and we can now make an Eternal Crystal Teleport. Alright, the Eternal Teleport Crystal now obtained. So now we can do some efficient farm runs. We got a permanent teleport to the Ledia fruit tree patch, which will save a lot of time. Here on the alt account, right now I'm at 1860 total level, and I don't have too much AFK options for work. So I was looking at my skills, and the thing I want to do is get my Slayer level up. So right now, I need a point boost for multiple reasons. One reason is because I don't have a block list, so I need that. Secondly, I want to buy some things. I want to buy myself a permanent Slayer ring, and also a Slayer helmet. So those are my 3 priorities right now. Once I get all of that, I'll point boost for quite a while, maybe get a few thousand points, and then from that point on, I'll do normal Slayer. Once I do normal Slayer, then I can begin AFKing it, since I'll have the points to skip tasks, but for now, I will be doing Wildy point boosting when I'm doing Kalisto. So I just bought Mavalet Masquerade, which leaves me with 215 points, but Slayer Helmet is unlocked. And now we imbue the Slayer Helmet and we are set. Time to grind more points. So I am 1 farming level away from being able to plant a spirit tree in my POH, which is useful because I'm tired of having to go to my main account's house for that. The problem now is that I need a spirit seed, and it seems like the easiest and fastest method for me is turning in mole parts to Wyson the Gardener in Falador for a 1 in 171 chance of getting the spirit seed, so I'm gonna do that. So I give him some mole parts, and in exchange I get bird nest, Okay, giving him noted mole parts is better since he'll give you a box of nests. And now I loot these bird nests in hopes of getting a spirit seed. Well, no luck this round, so I'm gonna have to buy more and repeat until I get a spirit seed. At this point, let's speed things up because there's a lot to talk about and the content would be really repetitive if I didn't. On the same night of the spirit seed hunt, I unlocked the Slayer ring and officially started my AFK Slayer grind at work. I improvised with a setup that I've changed over time, with the main priority being to touch the alt account as little as possible. I proceeded to grind out more quests and diaries and got 300 quest points, which unlocked another block slot for the Slayer. On the same day, I did the most saddest thing I've ever done in my life, which was 13 hours of Kalisto in a day. I almost got 2,000 kills in one day and got 49 elite clues. I know you internet trolls are licking your lips ready to talk shit, but please don't. Actually, go ahead. Your comments will help the YouTube algorithm. So, who's the loser now? Yeah, it's still me who's the loser. Later that day, I got myself a spirit seed and finally planted a spiritual fairy tree in my house, which makes transportation a bit more convenient. I reached a milestone of 50k Kalisto kills. I got the Stackable Clues collection log filled when Stackable Clues officially came into the game. I did a lot of sweaty skilling during Kalisto, which I honestly loved. There's something about being super efficient that really amuses me that I actually enjoy, and it really changed my perspective about grinding out skills which I used to really dislike and dread. Having goals and me naturally being a competitive person really kept me motivated. In fact, I was so motivated that I kept on going when I could have stopped. Karamja, Desert, Karend, Falador, Varrock, Mauritania Hard Diaries, complete. 99 cooking, Abyssal Needle so I can finally train runecrafting, more sweaty skilling such as Demonic Offering plus rooftop courses for prayer and agility training, Werewolf Agility plus fletching which sucked, ZMI plus fletching which also sucked, Thieving plus fletching, man I hate fletching. I got 99 construction, 2,000 total level on the alt account. I went from 1684 to 2000 in only 43 days. I wanted to optimize my AFK Slayer as much as I could, so I went and completed every quest, so that way I could get rid of Drayman's staff and free up one inventory slot. I grinded out Temporos for a fish barrel so I can maximize my AFK time and... Bro, why did I get the pet before the freaking barrel? I don't want this thing. I don't know what to say about that. I just wanted the barrel, but the grind still continues, I guess. Otherwise, in 536 permits, I got the pet, and I think the drop rate is 1 in 4,000 reward permits, something like that. I then got the barrel in 634 permits. So yeah, I just saved you guys a lot of time. So, a lot of grinding has been done this episode, but it only gets worse from here. In the next video, I take on my next big grind and spend almost 3 whole months there. This grind really tested my patience and mindset, and I think you guys will enjoy it. Otherwise, I started a behind the scenes and ramble kinda channel, which is related to RuneScape by the way, so if you're interested in seeing it, click here.